Cristi, I'm going to hand it over to you, and I will see the audience on the other side.
Awesome. I am going to share my screen. You can see everything. We're good?
We are good.
All righty. I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to help with the usability of Acumatica. We have some people that are new to Acumatica, some people that are not on Acumatica, and some people that have been using it for a while. So I'm going to start with some very basic information first. Don't want anybody to feel like, okay, I know this and log off because I've got some good stuff coming, I promise. I just want to kind of get everybody up to speed on some of the things that Acumatica and their usability and UI capabilities. So I'm just going to start right into it. When you go into Acumatica, you can have a specific screen be your home page. If you are always looking at a dashboard, if you're always going into cases, or maybe you're a customer side or a marketing side, you'll go into your profile here, and of course this is one screen. All right, then you just tell them what home page do you want. You can search for cases, and it tells you whichever cases kind of screen you want. Click that, click save, that's your home page. If you are clicking in the upper left-hand corner, that takes you to your home page no matter where you're at in the system. This looks like it's a fairly large dashboard. So we have options where you can minimize some of this information to give you more space. If you click that little arrow, it takes the words out and just gives you your little icons. If you click your three dots, you can collapse that whole thing to the top. So you definitely get more visual space here. Click on the menu and your bar shows back up. Click off and whatnot. If you want to keep that, just expand it back to the left. All right. This is really helpful. Say that you're on a primary list. If there are a lot of tabs or a lot of columns over here and you're always having to scroll, you can minimize this information so you have more visible space. While we're also on the, we call it a generic inquiry, or the, my brain just went blank. Primary list. There we go. So I'm on cases. The primary list, you have your different tabs. You can create different filters to say what you want. If you're always looking at just my cases or something, you can make this your default. And you noticed that I minimized my screen because I noticed that this bar, you can scroll over quite a bit. You can also move any of your tabs over, any of your columns over, if you only want to look at certain things on the front page. I know this is a refresher. I promise I'm getting to good stuff here in a minute. A lot of people know already, if you're familiar with Acumatica, we've done a couple of SmartTalks, or I've done some papers on it or whatnot, that we have a generic inquiry or the primary list, and you can have these handy dandy little tabs over here on the side. So whatever you are clicked on, I am on a Veracity Credit Consultants. This particular case, it shows me the case. I can get there by clicking on this link, and it gives me that information. Go back to the list, click on another link, it gives me that information. But if you just want to look at stuff, this little side panel is very helpful, because wherever you're here, I am on this water processing, right? If I click down here, it gives me that same information as what I'm doing is clicking on my link. This is very helpful if you're just wanting to do some quick views, or if you know that there's an update that you need to do. Then you have this, you have your save button, everything's fine. They've taken it a step further to help with some efficiencies because if you are, I usually have a bazillion tabs open, never remember which tab I need, but this is helping me with some efficiencies to bring everything on one screen. Um, a lot of people can say, well, here's my sales order, and you know this little trick. You have your other sales order. Now I'm looking at my quotes. Well, this one is for AA customer. Well, now where's AA customer? Oh, I'm gonna have to go over here. AA customer, and it doesn't find it. And you're like, oh goodness, what am I doing? So you're having to make sure that you're keeping these two pages up to date, or you're looking at everything, right? Um, oh, and actually this one is Alt to Ace, right? See, I didn't even notice that. So okay, now here we got two quotes. So see how it took me a little bit of time to get this information together, even though I am on the sales order, not the primary list that has tabs, right? The sales order, the actual entry screens can now also have tabs. So I go over here and I'm like, oh, quotes, open quotes. That's all I want. I don't care how many quotes are out there. I just want to know which open quote they have. And again, let's minimize to get some more space. Here's my quote. If I click on it, it opens it in this same page. I can make my little guy a little bigger here. So this expands out a little bit. And you're like, well, there's nothing on there. What are we doing? Oh, wait a minute. We didn't tell them how many we wanted. So you can go in here. You can say, let's do 5. Click save. Everything is updated. You go back and it's updated. So you don't have to go in and open a new screen or whatnot. It's all on one screen. We have some other little tabs that we've got, invoices and memos. Must have been one I didn't click on earlier. That one did not work. Of course, it's live, right? Demos do that. All right. I'm going to talk about, let me see, what else do we want to talk about? How to make this happen. Okay. If we have where's my customization? Customization projects. I have this low code, no code. I am not a coder. I know that I want to see tabs over there. I know what screens I want to look at while I'm on something, right? The one that I love, this little guy. I have to look at the whole words. Receivables, my customers. I have a whole bunch of tabs on this. There's no tabs on my primary list, but if I click on my customer, I have created a whole bunch of tabs over here. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm on a customer. What do I look at? I want to see if there's any cases out there for my customers. This is the case dashboard. So you can have a dashboard out here. All of these links are clickable. So you can click on it and you're saying, oh, there's a new screen, right? So that kind of defeats the purpose, but I can put that actual list on this tab. So here's my 3 cases. Here's my 3 cases, right? So this helps out with this customer. Here's my cases. They're closed, they're open. And maybe you've got a phone call that says, hey, Alta Ace is calling. They have this question about COVID-19. Well, they've had a couple of questions about COVID-19. Look at them, review them, see what's going on. We have a customer dashboard, which was what my original screen, my home screen is my customer dashboard. This is every customer because there's no customer name listed. This one is particularly tied to Alta Ace. So whatever customer I am on, this gets updated. So if I pick a different customer, I have bartending, I don't know why it does that. Bartending, here's his dashboard. So you don't have to have multiple tabs open at a time to view this information. You want to see if there's any opportunity out there. Here's their opportunity screen. This is actually a dashboard, but I can also add a opportunity tab down here. So these have become very helpful, making sure that you're doing, using your time efficiently. Instead of trying to click around and find stuff, it's all on one page. And that's pretty much everything that we want to help you with is make your time useful. We don't want you have to figure out what you're doing. If you know if there's some repetitive tasks out there that maybe I don't know because I don't do certain parts of the job. I am not an accounts payable or accounts receivable person, so I don't really know if there's particular tasks that would help you. But if you can think of that in the back of your mind while I'm showing you these things, send us an email and we will more than likely, whew, brain trying to talk too fast. We will be able to find a solution for you and help you out to make it a lot more efficient for you. If you know that there's repetitive tasks that you're doing and a lot of clicking around, maybe we can add a button that says, hey, click something. That's pretty much what I did here. I'm on my customer. I'm doing my looking. I'm looking at whatnots. There's a button. This usually does not show up here. I created it and I did not use any code to do it. I'll show you how I did it in a second though. So I click create opportunity and it goes in. This is a demo database, so it takes a minute. And of course, that's one button I did not click again. And it opened over here. So now here's my opportunity screen. So I go in and I click, hey, let's create my opportunity. So if I know that I'm on a customer, instead of having to go, oh, wait a minute, opportunities, where's opportunities found? I don't know. Okay, let's type opportunity. Oh, it's under marketing. I remember now. So instead of having to click around and get to places and click on buttons, let's add a new guy. If you know that you're on your customer and you know that you always create an opportunity, let us know. We can help you out. Put a button on there that says create opportunity. Let's see, what are some of the other, there's some other options in here. Where's my projects? I actually had a request come through earlier that was like, hey, I want to see my projects and I want to know if there's any appointments or service owners tied to those projects. We don't see that if over here. We're like, okay, wait, I'm on my project. I don't see any tabs that talk about service orders or appointments. But I've created this new tab over here that says appointments. And you look at it and you're like, oh, wait, there is an appointment. It's not started. So it is tied to this project. It's tied to everything. Oops, did not mean to click. It's got all of your information. Again, you can make this guy bigger. If I can get my cursor figured out. There it is. So you don't have to scroll as much. And then you're like, oh, wait, let me see. Is there a service order out there? Oh, we have two service orders. Why do we have two service orders? And they're like one right after another. That's kind of weird. We should probably just have one service order. But if you look, one service order had an appointment on it. Number 98 has an appointment. So it looks like I created a service order number 97, and then I went in and created an appointment, and it created a new service order. Do I need two service orders? Probably not. So that would give me a little hint to do a cleanup. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. So let's go fix one of those. It's all visible, all on one screen. Let's see, we have some details. So this one doesn't tell me that there's no details on this, which is fine. This was just a play database. my details that I wanted to show you was on my bills and adjustments. Did not want Maxwell. Click back. Oh, it's yelling at me now. I wanted, I think it was the go-to vendor. We'll see. So here's my go-to vendor. Here's my bill. I know this one's for $2. I can click on my vendor screen. So instead of having to click the pencil and it opens a new tab, here's my vendor. Gives you some details. I have my vendor details. This is going to tell me, yeah, see, that was not the vendor I needed either. Don't remember which one it was now. And why is my back button not working? That is so weird. It worked yesterday. Maybe it was Maxwell that had details. There we go. We have our bill. We have a summary. So it'll give you some more information. The summary. These are your screens that you have on here, your vendor details, your vendor summaries. Instead of having this open on another tab, and you're like, oh, let's see, who do I want to look at? Let's look at AA vendor. He has nothing, right? I could have told you that by looking at my AA vendor over here because he didn't show up anything over here. So sorry about that. I had a little cough. So here's our bills. And then our summary just gives you information. This tells, even though this one is for $100,000, this one is just telling you like, it's just summary. Okay, he owes 5,000 because this one's apparently paid off, right? So that's some helpful information or helpful tips that can get you kind of going on, get your brain going where, what could you think of that where this might help you out? Now, to get you how we do that, I have a customization screen, which was this guy. When I clicked on my low code, no code button, he opened this screen. So you will go in and what screen do you want to modify? What screen do you want to see stuff on, right? To get these numbers, it's pretty easy. If you're over here, that's not the button I wanted. I do this every time. It's an existing screen. Let's see, we've done sales orders. Let's do like a finance screen. Receivables, we'll do accounts by, let's see. I had it written down, but now I don't know where I put it. Invoice and memos. If you click on your screen, you have this up here. You are on AR 301000, and it's called your invoices and memos. So if I look for invoices and memos, oh, there's a lot of invoices. So what am I looking for here, right? Oh, here's an invoices and memos. Nope, that's print. But we knew that that was the AR 30 whatever, right? Oh, well, there's an AR. So we can also search by that. AR 3010. Oh, look. Okay. There's only 2 now. So this helps me. This is what I want. So we're going to select that. Invoices and memos. So that adds this screen over here. What do you want to do with this screen, right? You're going to click your down arrow and we're going to click actions. These are the actions that are already built in. This tells you, it's got some like workflows, right? If you don't want to email it, the workflow's already there. Gives you some little actions or whatnot. We're going to add a new action. So if we're over here on our invoices and memo screen, what kind of information do you want to see when you're on your invoice and memo screen? We can look at customer. We can add a little tab that says customer. Have a little tab that says vendor on our payable screen. So let's add our customer tab just so we can see what it is. We're going to call it something. We're going to say customer. It defaults whatever you put in there. This action name cannot have a space. So if you say like customer display or customer summary, make sure it's all one word. And then your display name, you can add your little space. These are the actions that you can use. You can use a search record, a create record, which that was that little button that I had on my customers. I created an opportunity. You have little side panels or you have workflows. We're going to do a side panel. And my destination screen was my customers, right? So, oh, there's a lot of customer screen. I want that primary list because it's going to take that primary list. And then when I go in and do a parameter and say, hey, what is my customer ID? And this is going to be customer ID. I'm going to start typing customer. Let's see if I picked the right thing. This is me, my no code thing. If it breaks, uh-oh, then that didn't quite work where I wanted it to work. But that's why I don't need to know how to code because it goes out there and does what I want it to do. Okay, make my screen bigger. So it's added a customer. The only thing is you actually have to publish your customization in order to get those to show up. This is going to take a minute, but I'm going to talk while we're doing this. You want to make sure that nobody's in the system when you do this. So either doing it after hours or during a lunch or something like that, because it will kick somebody out. And if it kicks you out, if your person is in there doing a 100-line quote or project and they're on line 97 and they haven't hit save, then they're going to have to redo all of that information. You don't want that to happen. So you always do this after hours. This is a dummy database. Nobody is in it except for me or Troy. Troy, if you're here and you're doing some stuff, sorry, I just kicked you out. But that's okay. He'll be fine. After we publish the customization, you just hit refresh on your screen and we'll see that information show up. Most of this stuff that I'm showing you is covered under your serve plan. So if you have a serve plan, get your brain thinking, have those little neurons fire off going, oh, wait a minute, I can do this, I can do this. We can modify workflows. So I'm going to show you a little workflow here in a minute. But you can modify workflows. So if you know that you're always going from a certain status to a different status, or you don't want it to go from one status to another, then think of that. Let us know. We can fix those workflows where if you always don't email or don't print, and it comes up and it says, hey, print email, and you're like, oh, don't print, don't email. Instead of clicking those buttons that say don't print, don't email, and then finally get to the step you need, we can eliminate those, right? So if that's something that you're having to do, having those little extra clicks, it seems like a pain. So let us help you fix that. It's still thinking. So sorry. But this is what I wanted you to see. It's almost done. Um, let's see, what else can I think of? I'll show you the workflows before I hit refresh because I'm already on the screen and you can see that it has workflows here. I don't know if I can click that while I'm here. Why not? It's just going to refresh, right? Sure. Doesn't do anything. It's still thinking. Yep, it's got to finish this first. But yeah, we can modify workflows. We can modify buttons. I know that there was another customer that needed some other buttons added to theirs. It was quite easy. We sat there and we added some buttons. It looks like tabs. It looks like little extra buttons. You can click that so you can see the stuff on the same page. When you're on a workflow, here we go. Um, this is on my AR screen. So this is on my invoices and memos. Here's your different in a tree view. Here's your information that you can see. Oh, all right, now it's gonna be refresh. Because I want you to see it in a different view also. My other view is not showing up because it's thinking. Lovely dead space. Anybody have any dad jokes? If anybody has any questions, don't forget to add your questions to the Q&A or start your email and write all your questions down there so you can hit send as soon as we get it, as soon as we end this. So it has refreshed. Let's go in here. Oh, it hasn't finished. It's still yelling at me. I was hoping I could show you the workflow while this is thinking, but it does not want me to. Let's see if I have a workflow here. Still not letting me click. There we go. Yay. Now if I refresh, invoice and memos, it did not work, probably because I picked the wrong customer. Oh, it did work. Nope, wrong guy. See, I got all excited again. Yep, it did not work because I picked the wrong. Go back over here, my actions. Why are you not updating? I made it mad. Customization project. That is because, was that my 3030? Nope, that was my 3010. This guy. What did I call that? I was looking at customers, right? No, maybe it was this one. Customers. There it is. So I picked my wrong parameter. Let's see. No, not parent account. Customer ID. Yeah, I didn't pick my right, because it's probably customer CD. Nope, it's customer to customer. That's when I'd have to go and do some looking to say, okay, wait a minute, that should be my customer. Why is it not working? And then that's when I usually get Troy involved and say, hey, I got 95% there. Help me out, okay? But I did do all of these other ones, though. Of course, doing it live messes with me. So if I look at my customer, because I had my customer dashboard, I had my operation. And it depends, different screens pull in different information because you have your customer CD, which is like your internal number, your customer ID is your external number. So I might just have the wrong parameter picked. Like this one goes by ID. So my customer ID is what I'm looking for. I was looking to see if I had a different one that I could find. Where's my 3060? That's why you just look and see what do we have already out there that I could possibly do some looking to see where I messed up on. But I do not see where I can use customer again. That pulled in a customer. Thought it was on my customer screen, but I did not see it. Customers, here we go. This one works. And see, this one wants account CD to customer ID. So if I go back to my little guy, I didn't have account CD, did I? Where'd customer go? No, not this one. AR, this one. Yeah, I had parent account. So I'd have to look and see why is this one not allowing me to add that, which I'm not going to go that far, go down a rabbit hole. But these are pretty easy on how you create them. As long as you have your parameter set, it shows up. If you have your blank data, then we can figure out what happened there. It's really easy. You hit your plus, you name it. And then what do you want to do? If you want to add a workflow, then add your workflows. If you wanted to add your button, you have your create record, create your record. Where do you want, what screen do you want to use to create? You know, I had opportunity. So I went and found my opportunity screen. So it's very friendly, very helpful, very usable, very efficient. Instead of having multiple tabs open, you have one tab open and you just keep adding to the same customization. You just keep adding screens to it if you have different screens you want to look at. I have a vendor screen that it shows. Oop, come on. I did a refresh, so it like refreshed everything. So if I'm on my vendor, why did my tab not show up? I had a vendor screen. I had a vendor details. Oh no, that wasn't on my payables. That was on this guy.
Cristi, it looks like it might be working now if you refresh.
Yeah. Let's do a big refresh. Yeah, so I have vendors over here. Vendor details gives me my information. Summary, if I have a summary going on. If I go back to receivables, see if that guy, did he work? Nope, he still didn't work. I don't know what I did there. I did something wrong, but I don't have time to go figure out what I did wrong. It was a live demo. I was trying to show you how easy it was, but I picked the wrong thing to show you. Oh, Troy sees it. I don't know why I don't see it then. That is so weird. Everyone else can see it but me.
I think the
but
main
I was
takeaway
having
here is even the
technical
experts have to
difficulties.
troubleshoot sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because I refreshed the screen. I had even Troy says that he sees it, so I thought I did it right. But I'm only working on one screen today because my other screen decided to blank out on me 10 minutes before this started. So gotta love technology. It's awesome. Trying to think of anything that I have missed. Um, yeah, if you can find something that you think needs fixed or that can help you do something a little easier, let us know. Like I said, most of this would be covered under your service plan. Um, it's very friendly. It's very user friendly, usually. Um, other than you guys can see it and I can't. Not sure why that is. I think that's about everything that I had planned to go over. I'm gonna go look at my customers. Yeah, because I went over customers and I was like, hey, here's my customers and here's all my quotes, right? Create an opportunity. I can visualize my opportunities, visualize my cases. If it's on a sales order, yeah, I showed you that we can go in and look at our sales orders, and then if there was a quote out there, you could modify your quote. You can hit your save because we didn't have any information. These are all canceled quotes. Yeah. So I mean, these really help. They really do. So if you know that you're always going over here and you're always creating a quote, if there's not a quote option over here, we can create a little button that says quote, click quote. It's really friendly. I think that's about it. Would you like to take it over, Mr. Derek?
Yeah, I will take it from here. So thank you, Christy, for running us through that. Like I said, it's a good reminder that even the experts have to do some troubleshooting sometimes, but
Yes.
we figured it out. Let's see here. Okay. We'll give it just a second to load the presentation back up. I don't see any questions in the Q&A at the moment. If you have any, make sure that you get them into us. We got a few more things to run through, so I'll give you a couple more minutes, and then we will call it an afternoon. Um, just a reminder, this is our current trade show schedule for the year. So if you're planning on attending any of these shows, let us know for sure. We love hanging out with customers. We were at Acumatica Summit just a few weeks ago. We had a great turnout with customers there. Had a lot of fun at that show. So yeah, if you're going to be attending any of these, a SHRM or an IMA near you, let us know and we will meet up if we're there. Other than that, we have the Scissortail Essentials Tips and Tricks presentation for next month. And it's crazy that Q1 will be over basically the next time we hang out with each other. So we'll have a bunch of more presentations for you guys. I'm going to update this kind of as the year goes to let you know what we have coming up. For all of our Serve Access Plan clients, today's session has already been recorded. You'll find the recording in the library early next week. Ira can send out any, presentation documents or anything like that that you guys need or questions you have. You can always uh, access us through the support line or your Serve Access plan. So lastly, don't forget to be checking your mail because somebody is going to be getting one of those cups. So yeah, it looks like we don't have any questions here. So I'm going to give you guys back 15 minutes in your day. I hope everybody learned something. Thank you to Cristi for running us through all those expert tips and tricks. And we will see you guys in March. Have a good one.
Thank you.